Welcome to the NUES AI Moment, 35 game-changing tools and tips for mastering AI. The AI Moment was designed for the NUES ESL endorsement courses, but can be used by any teacher with any student in any classroom. Enjoy! Welcome to the AI Moment. Why AI makes the panic button obsolete? Well, this course, or these 35 little AI moments, were created for the ESL endorsement through NUES. And if you're watching this, don't panic, because what you'll learn about AI will help any teacher in any classroom. So we're going to start back where AI started. And no, that's not 2022. It's much earlier than that. Great thing about AI, in some cases it's free, or you're using it through your school that has a program selected. It can translate, it can transform, it can do anything you really want it to. So let's go back to where the first time you encountered AI. You might remember this little guy. Yep, it's Clippy, the most annoying thing on Microsoft Word. It popped up one day, it wouldn't leave you alone. People trying to get their work done, and it kept asking you, kept being real nice, trying to want to know if you needed some help. Well, that was your first interactions with AI. Since then, you've used AI millions of times. For example, spell check. Spell check is using AI to find the words that are commonly misspelled and help you not only with spelling, but also grammar. But now going to the big language learning models, the ChatGPT, the Microsoft Copilots, the Google Gemini. But before we get there, let's go to another thing, or another AI that you've been using for years that's probably on your phone. You might use it often, you might use it rarely, you might have used it a few times and never again. And that is Google Translate. We're going to highlight two programs, and all I'm going to say is download them. Go to the App Store, go to for Apple, or go to the Google Store, and go ahead and download both Google Translate if you don't have it on your phone, and also Microsoft Translator. Now, why do this? Well, just because this AI moment is just for you to go around and play with both of them. Compare, contrast, enjoy. Well, Google Translate came out many years ago, and a lot of people used it, loved it, and it's a great app. But it really didn't grow that much, and the features it had, you used, and new ones came out once in a while. But then something revolutionary came out. It's called competition. Yep, Microsoft Translator dropped, and it dropped with a lot more features than Google Translate. Now, should you just dump Google Translate and go with the new thing, Microsoft Translator? And the answer is no, because immediately Google Translate updated their features with many of those features of Microsoft Translator. So you might ask yourself, which one is better? Should I go with Google or Microsoft? Or no, wait, Google. You know, if you wait a few seconds, they'll change. So try them both and see what you like. Now, if you are at a Google school and you have Google App or Google Docs and slides and everybody's on Google, then Google Translate might be the way for you to go because it interacts with a lot of the Google tools flawlessly. The same thing said about Microsoft Translator. If you're a Microsoft district, many of the educational tools work flawlessly with Microsoft Translator. And it's within the walled garden of privacy if you are a Microsoft school. So let's just look at the top 10 things that both of them can do. And like I said, they pass each other daily, maybe even hourly, on new features coming out, new languages, all sorts of, because they're using AI to make these apps better and better every day. So let's look at Google's Translate's top 10. Well, it can translate text translation. from your text, your emails, your reports. You can quickly go through and translate any text that you have into 249 different languages. That number has jumped up with competition, so it's great. Both of them include great dialects, so not only Spanish Spain, but Latin America Spain, and even more specific. It's pretty cool. Camera translation. Point your camera at signs, menus, books for instant translation into 94 languages. If you haven't tried this yet, it's a lot of fun. Download it, take a look. Real-time conversation mode. Enable two-way speech-to-speech translation. You heard that right. You speak in your language, it translates into another language, and back and forth. This is a great way to communicate. This is a new feature that just came out, and that's because Microsoft came out with theirs. There's an AI practice mode. If you've ever used Duolingo, now Google Translate kind of works like Duolingo, and you can practice using AI, using speaking practice. You can put in your goals, what you want, and it will let you know how you're doing. Kind of like those paid programs that people pay for. There's offline translation. You can download packs, 59 languages for text, limited speech. This is great in a classroom if you have poor internet, poor signal, rural schools. It's just really great. There's a handwriting input. Scribble words and phrases on the screen and it will translate that. Great for ELL students to practice their writing. And that's great for non-Latin scripts. If your student writes in Arabic, it will translate the Arabic to English and English to Arabic. So pretty cool. Document translation, you can upload files, PDFs, Word files, and you can worksheets, anything that you have, you can translate. There's a tap to translate, copy and text in any app. So on the app, whatever you're on, and it will translate that for you. It's kind of like takes that app everywhere you go. It has a phrase book. You can save and organize your most common phrases that you can practice and use as you travel. And website translation. You simply put in the URL and it will translate to any language that you're looking to do. So if you haven't played with some of these features, even though you have Google Translate, go ahead and play around with them. Oh, what about Microsoft Translate? Again, instant text translation. Type or paste text for real-time translation across 179 languages. And again, the AI-enhanced accuracy and transliteration and bilingual dictionary lookups for nuanced meanings are just added to these features. Multi-device conversation mode. Share a code and join a translated group in conversations, one-on-one or many, across iOS, Android, Windows. So any device you can get on. The great thing about Microsoft is what happens if there are 5 people in your conversation and 5 of them speak different languages, it'll translate into all 5 languages or to English from all 5 languages. Same thing with Google, camera and image translation. Use the camera for instant photo, signs, menu translations. You're traveling, you can read road signs, although it's not safe to use your phone and drive, but maybe if you're a passenger, you're okay. Real-time speech translation. Speak into the app for speech to text and text speech back and text back. It does it all. You have 3 speed options. It handles accents real well. And again, they used to list the dialects. They don't anymore. They just do Spanish. AI identifies the dialects and translates it for you. So that's pretty cool. Also does offline work, also has a phrase book, does text-to-speech playback. Most of the screen readers in apps that you're using are using the Microsoft screen reader software. This is that software that runs through the Google translation. So it's something that you've seen and heard and you know how to use, and it works really well. Microsoft also bends this towards the education-focused tools, access live captioning, cross-language understanding, inclusive classrooms, plus downloadable multilingual resources like parent-teacher letters and family engagement. So it works with the Microsoft schools, and Google does too. So depending on if that's your school, the way they've gone, then that might be the way to go. Website and app content translation, enter a URL, translate the internet. Pretty cool into any of the languages that they have. And they have a lot, most of them. And this will help students navigate online learning as the teacher doesn't have to develop new content for their students. They can just use what's there translated into their project. And again, enterprise-grade privacy and customization. Use secure on-device processing using Translator Pro with custom models for sensitive data, ensuring compliance for school communications and personalized ELL adaptations. Again, you can put the translator within the walled garden if you're a Microsoft school, and your devices will not be sharing information, and you know you're safe. So, which one to use? Play with them both. Then choose. And if you don't want to choose and you just want to play back and forth with them both, do that too. Have a great one. See you next time.